Hello and welcome. Here is news update on Housing TV Africa. I am Ben Dodo Oche. A quick look at the headlines. Former NITP president urges competition in cement market amid soaring prices. FG signed MOU for 2,000 tractors annually for 5 years to enhance mechanized farming. Nigerians decry incessant blackouts as heatwave worsens. Now the news in detail. A fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners and a former president of the institute, town planner Steve Onu, has weighed in on the skyrocketing cost of cement in the country, attributing it to monopoly. Speaking exclusively to Housing TV Africa, Onu emphasized the need to open up the cement market to allow for increased competition, preventing the economy from being controlled by a select few individuals or companies. Highlighting the detrimental impact of monopoly on the economy, Onu stressed the importance of creating opportunities for other players to participate in the cement trade. He also called for the use of local materials for building and construction to help alleviate the situation.
It is the dollar and also monopoly. It's monopoly. One man or two people are responsible for manufacturing of cement in the country. During is it Obasanjo's time, I understand he gave license to about 6 people. And then they've now reduced it to people, on two people. And the 2 people are fighting amongst themselves. The other one says the price will reduce to 3,000 something. The other one kept quiet. Didn't give us any option. Now the price is 13,000. The average man is suffering, and they are smiling to their banks.
The federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with an American firm, John D. The company is expected to supply Nigeria with around 2,000 tractors yearly in the next 5 years. According to the Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Senator Abubakar Kyari, the move is geared towards solving the problem of land preparation and mechanized farming across the country. The minister noted that the disparity between total arable land and those available for cultivation is partly due to the unavailability of tractors for farmers. He also stated that beyond the MOU with the company, the federal government is also looking at ways to ensure that farmers without the capacity to afford the tractors get to hire them through the Green Imperative program. Let's take a quick break and we'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.
Thank you, AIHS, for the opportunity of this exhibition. It was a nice experience. I would like to make it again.
Thank you, AIHS. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, AIHS.
Thank you, AIHS.
Welcome back. Incessant level of power outages in some parts of Nigeria has been described as one of the major obstacles hampering the nation's economic development, especially as Nigerians are now experiencing a double heat wave, which coincides with Nigeria's inability to maintain steady power supply to its citizens. Residents of major cities of the country that include Lagos, Port Harcourt and the FCT continue to decry the worsening state of power supply, which the nation's electricity distribution companies have attributed to low generation of gas shortages. Ebenezer Anukam shares the reaction of some FCT residents to the development.
In major cities such as Lagos, Port Harcourt and Abuja, residents have continued to decry the rising temperatures, the heat waves and the recurrent power outages in a lot of places around the country. Housing TV Africa had a first-hand glimpse by interacting with residents here in the FCT to get their take on this double issue that is confronting Nigeria.
A country that cannot generate enough electricity to serve its people, what do you expect? Now, the climate has changed adversely in that matter, and everybody goes on suffering because the power supply that would have solved the problem, ameliorated it, we don't have enough.
Well, I came into Abuja some days back, and of course, there's a difference. I'm even surprised that Abuja is cooler than Delta. I'm from Asaba. It's something else in Asaba. You know, in the nights, in the day, the heat is so much.
This borders on climate change. Borders on climate change because of uncontrolled or regulated activities of man.
As Nigerians continue to confront challenges such as the economic downturn in the nation, it remains to be seen how residents in the country can combat all these myriads of challenges which are presented to them. Ebenezer Anukam, reporting for Housing TV Africa.
Former president of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners and a fellow of the Institute's Town Planner Steve Onu has voiced his concerns over the rampant corruption hindering the provision of affordable housing in Nigeria. In an interview with Housing TV Africa, Onu highlighted the lack of consequences for past corrupt activities as a key factor perpetuating this issue. He urged both the government and citizens to take decisive actions to tackle this endemic challenge.
Corruption is endemic in our society, and to deal with it, we have to have the political will to look at our rules and regulations and ensure that whatever punishment or penalty that one who committed corruption should be meted out, should be carried out. The people in the House of Rep or Senate, wherever they are, should be looking at these laws. They should be looking at these laws, update them. How do you say somebody who contravened the planning regulation should pay 5,000 naira? What does that mean? It is easier for him to pay the 5,000 and do what he thinks he wants to do that earn him money than to, abide by a regulation.
Speaking passionately about the need for accountability and transparency in the housing sector, Onu emphasized the importance of addressing corruption to ensure that all Nigerians have access to decent and affordable housing. He called on authorities to implement stringent measures to hold corrupt individuals accountable and to prioritize initiatives aimed at providing affordable housing solutions across the nation. To end the news, here is a recap of the stories. A fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Town Planners and a former president of the Institute, Town Planner Steve Onu, has urged competition in the cement market amid soaring prices. The federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with an American firm, John D., for the supply of approximately 2,000 tractors annually over the next 5 years. And we also told you that incessant power outages in some parts of Nigeria hinder economic development, worsened by a double heat wave and unstable power supply. For more news in the housing sector, do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. You can also follow us on all our social media handles. I am Ben Dodo Oche.